Every day is the same out here. It looks the same every day. Mm. Might have been trying to come on the same time every day. Mm. For at least 30 days of December. And a little bit of turkey sausage. Mm. Cup of coffee. I've already had 1 cup of water. I'll have a pea protein shake after this. It'll be egg whites, some fruit, pea protein, almond milk. But yeah. I was just saying that we've been coming on for 30 days for either Twitch or YouTube or both. And just chatting. Nothing too crazy, just to warm up, start the day. So we've been talking about self-motivating tactics, talks, feelings of maybe lost time or gratitude for learning mistakes. People are feeling maybe indifferent about the time of year. Maybe it's a time of reflection, a time that's a reminder of grief. Grief in general, it could be the loss of somebody or just time in general being gone by. B6B, welcome. And anything relative to that topic or anything that's necessarily maybe vulnerable we've been chatting about. So if anybody's here, welcome to the room today. We've been trying to make sure whenever I come on live, there's not a lot of like dead air time for the beginnings of our streams here until we build like some sort of community. Are you tall? Stand up. I'm not doing that. I'd be on one of those things. We'd be at the bottom of these streams, the bottom of the barrel, and it'd always be the creepy ones coming out. Just like you guys fit the mold. It's funny. It's always people at the bottom, like when I'm just coming on YouTube. It's just funny to me. Barely anybody here. It's always fit check, um, trying to get women to stand up to analyze their body in any kind of way, whatever it may be, or when absolutely nothing's going on in the stream, and then people are like, "Oh my God, W stream," or like, "This is the best stream I've ever seen." Like, just come on, come on. You and I both know we just sit here. It's just hilarious. It's hilarious. The same thing for Bigo. The same thing happens on Twitch. Just like people who are, yeah, desperate to talk to a woman. It could definitely be a great conversation. So we've been talking about anything that's been sort of inhibiting people to feel motivated for their life and to feel like they are capable or able to be able to handle maybe hardship or things going on in their life. Or maybe it could just be impediments that were cultivated over years of self doubt and self belief, or believing what people may tell them based on the circumstance or position they're in life whenever they're receiving that criticism, which might feel like it's defining them for the rest of their life, and then they believe it. So it just depends. It really does depend. So that's kind of what we've been coming on stream to do. And having breakfast, starting the day together. Hmm. Hmm. Some of the devices that I have today, they're not all the way charged. So we're taking this time to also kind of let everything charge because I lost my charger. I don't know where it went. Let's turn on the music. True. True. What's been going on? Yeah, what's been going on? Why is it green? Hello? Why is it doing that? Wi-Fi mode. Bluetooth mode. I don't know why it keeps turning green. Oh, I don't know if green means it's connected. Hopefully that works. Hey Shane, what's going on, man? Not a whole lot. What's going on? What are you guys doing today? Just kind of chatting about life. Nothing much. It's raining, but it's good. Right on. I hear you. It was raining earlier today. It's been looking the same outside every single day that I've been sitting here. We've been showing up every morning, finding people to talk about, you know, maybe relatable things, vulnerable topics, give people a chance to maybe express themselves if they feel like they need it for the sake of their lives or whatever. So we're starting the day on that note. I'm feeling great. So that's all. We're about to spend maybe an hour here, roughly. Okay, yeah, I'm all yours. Well, I mean, for anybody that needs it. Oh yeah, no. Nobody's actually asked anything yet, so I'm just warming up, having some coffee. We've been talking about motivation for the past week now for Twitch and for YouTube. So, motivation, projection, that maybe people might believe of what they've heard of themselves, tonality when receiving criticism, self-doubt, self-belief. What else have we been talking about? Oh, knowing what you like. Oh God, are you okay? Oh my God, they're fighting. Well, yeah. Ooh, I almost fell. The cats are fighting under there. Sorry. Appreciate you guys for the likes. If anybody's able to tap the screen, appreciate you. You should ask someone what happens when they hit rock bottom. Only one way to go is what? What? That's cute. Are you coming from maybe like a personal place, Shane? Maybe like that could have been your experience at some point in life that maybe you might have, or maybe somebody you know has hit a place where they felt like there was no way out of the situation or feeling stuck. Yeah, I was expressing what we've been coming on stream to talk about. What I've made a point to try to talk about during this time of holiday season. It can be a time of reflection for some or most people. So, to some degree, people might feel lonely during this time of year, or maybe a shell of themselves because of the year they went through. You never know. So I figured we'd take this 30 days of December or 25 or whatever, up until Christmas, whatever, to expound on topics like that and not be necessarily how do you say, like, trying to shy away from things like that, especially during this time of year. So hopefully I can create a space to do that temporarily. Not that our whole channel will be this way forever, but at least for December, you never know. Or if anybody wants to share, feels willing to share, you never know who might come in and read the chat and it might help them. So yeah, feel free to talk about that if you feel open today. Maybe you don't. That's fine. But yeah. We've been talking about failure as well. Self-expression, consistency, self-avoidance, addiction, self-perseverance, contemplation of life for too long, nutrition, health, weight loss, tactics to lose weight, how to lose weight the right way, things like that. What's going on, Jace? Good morning. What's up? Appreciate you guys for the taps. We are coming on for the month of December, you guys, so we are just chatting right now for this month. We're talking about maybe just expounding on vulnerable topics for the majority. So if anybody's just coming in, appreciate you guys for being here. That's what we're doing in here today. Warming up a little bit. Okay, I'll share a little something. I had a friend who was a business partner and he ran away with the money, and I have to recover and come up for everything, including payments. Oh, I see. It was your particular business partner, correct? Appreciate you guys for the taps. Appreciate you guys for the likes. I don't think we need a weigh-in for this morning. I think only like 0.2 pounds, like half a pound, or a quarter of a pound gone. So we'll probably do another weigh-in after the second vlog's up. I think by that time, or I think at least by Sunday, something should be changed at that point. We're supposed to be going down half a pound to 2 pounds a week. That is the goal. And the slower the better. That way it doesn't lead to binge eating, etc. So if anybody was curious about the weigh-in, that's what we're going to be doing. Yes, I see. Well, that is very unfortunate, especially when you probably trusted them initially to even do business with them. Why would you, do business with anyone you assume you get screwed over with, Of course, I'm sure you had that in mind. So it is unfortunate when we can't always see people's intentions right away. It can be frustrating. I'm sure other people have gone through maybe something similar, you know, at least something similar. There goes Padme and a collie. Yeah. And then just that feeling in general, feeling like you've been played, you know, or like just played out, or just feeling jugged, like you really thought maybe you probably were going to even change your life by going into business or starting a business, and maybe you even personally had reluctance of starting in general. So it almost feels maybe even devastating, especially if you put a lot of money and time into something like that you thought was going to really, be, if not life changing, an elevation to your life. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of mental focus and dedication, a lot of sacrifices go into making a change like that. And then leading up to the matter, who knows what kind of integrity they had or work ethic that they had that you had to deal with up until that point that you got played or that they ran out on you. Who knows if that was just alone a struggle, having to deal with their lack of ability or lack of responsibility. Maybe they never exuded those characteristics. And it maybe caught people by surprise. It could be hard to bear. But yeah, I was just thinking about that. But yeah, it could be almost. I feel you could even probably leave feeling regretful. You know, but hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully you can come to a place eventually. Maybe it is now, and it should. You should feel how you feel, even if it's just temporarily. But if it is the case that regret occurs, hopefully you come to a place maybe where eventually you can forgive them and forgive yourself. All you wanted to do was try. That was your intention, was to try, and now you can learn a lesson from it. What should I be more careful for? What could have gave me the feeling? Hindsight's 2020. So what was it? What about them really didn't exude, a stand-up business partner? From the jump. What about their character could have been telling now to lead up to them, doing that. So, and then it helps you guide other people, if anything, if you affect other people or have people around you that are maybe dealing with something similar in terms of, wanting to start a business. You can advise them or be able to be empathetic because you've gone through it, and maybe even share it so that way you know that that's a possibility, you know. So that's good. It keeps people aware, and I'm pretty sure you know, even people who are at the very top of business, even corruption's there. People take advantage of people all the time. People cook books. People steals people's, tax money. You know, accountants are crooked. There's a lot of people who, if they feel they can seize an opportunity, there's a lot of people who, even probably in the best situations, they still will try. So don't feel as though, this is only what inexperienced people go through. It happens somewhere. It happens, at all levels and at all stages. So hopefully that's not enough to deter you from wanting to keep trying, in your life. I have to say the same thing to myself, I could be upset about all the mistakes I made, or I could even be upset with the fact that I adopt laziness, or that I adopt negligence, or negative self-talk, or a negative belief system for myself, or you know not necessarily trying my best, not doing my best, and accepting that. Where could I have gone wrong? Why do I get this result if I'm doing this? What exactly about what I'm doing is getting me this result? What am I not paying attention to have maybe I could have prevented this? Keeps you self-aware. It's a good thing. It's not failure. And I have to, assure myself in that same regard. Everybody has to do it. And if you don't, you're a fool, and if you don't, sure, maybe, some people just might get lucky, you know. Some people are just guided their whole life. They're in a circumstance where they're fortunate enough to have people just guide them and put them in the right spots, you know. And they're receptive. That's only up to that person allowing it to happen. They're receptive, and trusting that person solely to guide them. You know, people who are less fortunate don't always have that opportunity or resource. So you're only doing as much as you could have with what you knew. And I could even feel regretful on my mistakes of probably even having a resource to know better, but I didn't know. I was just ignorant to maybe the whole situation at hand. I didn't even know that I had limitation where I ended up finding out there was, until it happened to me. You know what I mean? Your perspective is narrow up until the point where you're forced to learn, or whenever a mistake occurs. So sometimes that is the case. You miss a spot. There's nuance to it. Could be the case. Oh, I didn't really ask him if he wanted to talk about it, or if he wanted to expound on how it made him feel. So I'll do that next time. But yeah, that can be unfortunate. And a feeling that kind of leads you to feeling like you want to give up, like you don't want to continue doing business, or trying to do business with, just anybody, or doing business at all, or wanting to even have something for yourself, whatever it may be. So a lot of things can come of that. We've been here for 30 minutes. We're going to be here for at least an hour. Appreciate you guys for the taps. Who's in here? Who's in the chat room? Because now it says there's 0 people in here. There's literally hearts going, so I wonder. We were talking about that before. It's only failure if you stop, you know, if you let yourself give up. I just came back. Okay, true. It doesn't always tell me who's in the room. So, sorry. I just was curious because it said 0. It's okay. I'm just recording these. They're obviously live and people can comment on them, but I'm just making vertical podcasts at this point just to make some sort of content for YouTube. We get more of traction whenever we are vertical live on YouTube. It is a dead zone right now, though, this time, so I don't expect a lot of people to be in here. Same thing for Bigo. This time of day, people are working, and it's just too late in the day for people to be really like focused on getting their phones on, watching content. But I've been having more time to myself in the morning is why. So we're pushing our workouts till 3 p.m. for Bigo, and then we've been coming on to Twitch and YouTube in the morning around 9, 10, 11 o'clock for an hour. What do you plan on doing with Twitch? Host events, have more of a more dedicated stream. I've been taking a break or almost like a step back from Bigo. We haven't been doing events all year or activities. So I'm ready to kind of just put my foot on the gas and just get back to where I started. So that's what it'll be. I have a few things planned for the stream. Chef Cozy, if people want to see that. Chef Boyardee, baby. If people want to see that. Yeah. And I have a small budget for whatever we want to pursue, but I don't have a whole lot, so I'm just using my phone and I'm just grinding. So we'll see if anybody even shows up. We'll see if we can gain any sort of traction. But yeah, for the 30 days of December, we're just doing this. In January, we'll be able to do more. But just like showing up consistently, just talking about vulnerable topics with people. No, true. I don't see a lot of people cooking on Twitch, but maybe I'm not looking. Yeah, I was thinking I could do like prep, and then just that way I'd be able to cook faster. That way I can kind of make it palatable for like YouTube, like making like an hour video, because I want to dual stream on here and then Twitch with my Streamlabs. And I got all of our alerts set up, like the buttons, but I didn't turn the widgets on. I just was testing it the past few nights. We've been streaming on Twitch, just chatting, but I like get ready and then just chat in my room, but it's the same thing here. So after December, we'll see. I have a list so far, and if anybody has recommendations, fuck it, like send them. And then I have to open up the Discord again. Make an open link for Discord. Until I get my desktop, we won't be able to like do too many reactions because I don't have the equipment to show myself on the screen as well as what we're looking at. like Vigo. Unless they change the logistics on YouTube, then maybe. It's the same name, right? It's Cozygirl143 on Twitch. I'll have to put the link for Twitch and YouTube if that's more convenient for people. I don't know where people find me more on there, or I think mostly YouTube is like where I have the most people talking in the room. And I don't think people on Vigo really translate to Twitch. At least people that come to see me, they're a lot older. Look who's playing horror games. Oh my god, I would love to do that. I love scary movies, so like scary games, I would love to. I have a few. Let me see. Let me look up the ones I have. I wish I had my other one out in there. But they're all Steam games, the ones that I play that are horror. Horror. I know I have Devour. Phasmophobia. Have you ever played that? And then I think I played Resident Evil, Biohazard. Devour, yeah. And then Dead by Daylight. I forget if I've ever played that though. I don't think so. I forget now. Oh, and then Left 4 Dead. Yes, with alerts. Okay. Yeah, but and that's the thing. I lost my charger, but I'll be able to use this one. It's slower, but I got my monitor, my iPad for Twitch, and I turned on all the alerts. Like I made a custom alert button for the tips, and then I have like a little picture, and I made my own GIF, and then I made my own sound bite for the follow gift. And then I think I didn't put an event thing on there, and I'm trying to figure out how to put my sub goal on there. What's going on, bro? This bottom of the barrel shit. Chase, you see this every time I come on stream? It's always some people. It's always like a few. Yeah, you get it. I'm sure you get it. Yeah, it's always the beginning of these streams. But anyways, yeah, I have to figure out how to turn the widgets on to show them on the screen because I can do it on my phone. It just right now is a blank screen. And I think the chat's the only thing that shows up. So I have to figure that out today. It took me 3 hours to make all of that yesterday. Figure it out, set it up, and make it by hand. What do you think? A heart attack. Oh, I don't think they have gifts like that. Do they have gifts like that on Twitch? No, huh? It's just bits, right? Nothing goes onto your face though, right? I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Okay, hold on, you guys. I have to pee. I'm gonna get off of here and I have to pee. Well, the phone's gonna be on, but yeah, I have to use the restroom. I have to twinkle. It's about that time. The phone will be here and I'll come right back. Give me 1 second. Almost crash and burn. Mm. This one I probably have you. True. Give me a sec. True. Yeah, I've just been looking up YouTube videos. Yeah. But I have a few stream ideas. And then after my stream today on Bigo, I'll be able to rest, take a break, get ready, fully get ready for my stream. And my goal is to set up the widgets on there so they actually show up today. We'll fucking see. We'll see if it fucking works. And then I have to get Christmas ornaments. And lights. I have to get lights. Queen Manda, true. I gotta take a picture of it. Yeah, we'll see. Because I'm just off my phone. I figured we could just wait and just reinvest everything that I guess I make on there. And then I was looking up Starlinks if we wanted to go around there. I thought they were like $1,000. I think the newest one, the 4th generation, the mini portable one, I think it's almost 400. I thought it was 1,000, and I was like, wow. Well, we'll just save to get a desktop first. I think a desktop would be nice. That way I could actually react to things and like actually have people feel more immersed in what I'm doing because they can see it. And right now on my phone, I can only show me, you know. Okay, let me see. Got you. What's happening? Is it fun? And their content overlay. Got you. Got you. Sounds good. Yeah, I just want to make sure it just is me, though, you know. Yeah. But I just don't think people would like it. That's my only thing. I don't think like people would like it or think like what I think is cool. You know. I don't know. I'm just kind of nervous about that. To be honest. But I'm glad I like what I like and that it's definitely me, you know. Just networking and to have like a little family, people helping people. I hear you. Yeah. I also just get like nervous, like feeling like I'm bothering people who are like established, you know what I mean? So I just don't want to bother anybody, but I appreciate that. If they want to help me, that's great, but I don't want to be anybody's burden. So I just been looking it up myself and you know, it's what I want, you know, so I better want to. You know what I mean? No one's gonna do it for me, you know. So if it comes to fruition, uh then that'd be great. But yeah, I just I know I could do it on my phone and I'll be okay, and it'll work out, and I'll be able to. I've seen other people do it that are like successful. I'm using what I have, and I don't want to feel deterred from trying because I don't have a great setup, you know. So I'm just very independent in that way, and I'm very like I guess I'm just to myself, you know. And I think it makes me feel good a lot of the time to know I can do it on my own, but I don't mind asking for help. So that's what I was saying. Like, now I don't mind. I used to have a real big problem with it. I think it depends on what I'm asking for, but like help to set up my stream, yeah, I'm down to ask for that. What a desktop you want? Well, I don't know a model. I don't know a model or a make yet. I know I want a PC, but I don't want. I just want something that will be able to get me started at least. I don't want like the biggest, the best, because I can't afford that. And I think that since I don't even know how to use it, then I probably should just make do with what I have. I think most importantly, I just want a good camera to be able to have people see me and have something to have enough processing power to do the games that we want to do. Because a lot of them are like Steam games, they're like really big, heavy games. So especially like if it's Fortnite or if it's like a scary game or GTA or something like that. I wanted to be able to handle that. That's all. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, and then I could just grow from there. I could just build from there because if I ever wanted to upgrade something, then I definitely would use hopefully whatever we make on there I could put towards it as well. I wouldn't have to just I even got like a second form of income so that way I can pursue my Twitch and that way I can like invest money into it to get like better quality stuff um, to make it look good because I think it's more of like a like even like you watch YouTube and sometimes the better quality is a little bit more digestible, but I just use what I have. It's just this is really my life, so I don't have a whole lot to use, so I'm just using what I got. I'm just not trying to be letting myself feel afraid in that. I've seen a lot of other people make shit. It worked out for them, so what if fucking won't work for me? I don't know. So I'm just gonna try, you know. But I feel like I'll have a lot more fun and a lot more freedom. I feel like I don't get to have as much fun on Bigo anymore because it is so restrictive. you know, and the demographic of people on there also they're not like they're not like young, and they're not like cool in my opinion. So it's like I feel like I'm just caught doing boring ass shit on there a lot of the time. So I'm glad to be able to do Twitch and like actually be fully expressive of me and like be as loud and crazy as I want, or like silly, or as make it look as aesthetic as possible and like make it look cool if I wanted to, or whatever. Just be more relaxed, feel more relaxed, just being able to be on camera rather than feeling like I have to posture and be something I'm not. Be like on Bigo, which is nice. Really nice. But that's only if people want to watch what I'm doing. So I just want it to be like how it was when I started, where it was more like immersive. Yeah, those people are perfect. Yeah, I hope so. And we've had so many. I mean, you've seen it. We've had so many people come in and say like, you need to be on Twitch with all of what you're doing. And I wish that I could have streamed from my phone earlier because in 2022 they didn't have it compatible yet, and 2023 they didn't have it compatible yet. So I feel like a lot of my really good stuff on my stream, I wish that we could have clipped it. I wish we could have recorded it like back then, but it's okay. Whoever got to enjoy it, I hope they really did enjoy it and they don't forget it, you know? And it was for them on Bigo, and they'll be able to remember those things about my stream, you know, and hopefully they can speak good of it, you know, but so it's like a rare thing. You bring that Twitch streamer vibe. I don't know what it is though. You know, I couldn't tell you what exactly it is. That's just like people telling me, but like I can't perceive myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm not watching me in third fucking person, you know, and being like, oh, like you're fitting the mold. Like I'm just me though, you know. I'm just I'm just living and I'm just being, and people are saying it's like okay, yeah, like this is for that, but you know, I don't go around non Bigo. I don't know a lot of people, you know. So I guess I could take their word for what it is, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I wouldn't know what the difference between my room on Vigo and anybody else's would be. I have some of my homeboys on there, you know, like some of the people in my new family, and then you know, but those are people that I've known on the app since I started, and I didn't venture very far from that. You know, I don't really know a lot of other girl streamers on there. I know Rain. You know, I know the big people on there that have been on Bigo for a long time, like Dre Baby and all them. But other than that, I don't socialize. And a lot of people that come to Bigo in my room, they're like, I have never seen you before. I had no idea you were on this app. I stay to myself, you know, because I want people to come to my room organically, I guess. You know, and I don't, that's why I'm saying like that whole network thing. I think it's kind of like corny, and I don't want to seem like I'm riding anybody's coattails. Does that make sense? So I take pride in that fact that I like to stream and I like to entertain. I like to, you know, make people happy, even if it's for a little bit. And you know, I have a passion to share. You know, my dad told me at one point too, like, me, that you have a story to tell. And I don't think that my dad really meant every little thing that happened to me in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I know that he meant, you know, you'd be surprised who you could help with your ability to have um, the ability to express yourself verbally. You know, well, enemy networking is more just like help, then you blast off on your own. Okay, I get you. Yeah, no, I understand. I know what you mean. You know, we're only asking like how to set up the fucking stream, like how to make sure it looks legit, you know. And then I go from there. I know that. No, I know that. I guess I meant more in a general way where it was like, okay, like this is why I have a problem asking for help in general, you know. I'm always more reluctant to not ask anybody, you know, because I'm just not used to doing that, you know. But yeah, I completely agree with you. I just don't know those people myself. I don't have a bond with them, so I don't want to come off like a moocher, you know, because I don't know them. You know, you probably know them. They'd probably would be more inclined to help you, you know, if you wanted to do that. But I'm also just I'm just another person. Who knows how many other people are asking them to help them? You know, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to seem like that. But that's why I said if it comes to fruition and they're willing to just give me a few tips, that'd be great. You know, I can look it all up on YouTube. I can see it now. See what? Mm-mm-mm. Damn, shit hot as hell. My glasses are foggy as shit. It's still foggy. Yeah, they are. Cozy at her desk or in the kitchen with a border with Kirby. No, literally. Oh my god. I seen that too. They had like preset ones. I should figure out how to do that. I'll figure out how to make my own. I was making PNGs last night. I used to do that for my YouTube. Like some of the really, really, really old videos, vlogs. I would like rip everything as like a PNG and just like put it over the screen, but nothing would move. No, I couldn't put like a GIF in there. I didn't know how to do that yet. You know, but like I remember, like I know I can do it. I know I can do all of that. I can, as long as I literally have someone guide me on a YouTube video. I'll never be able to forget it. But I feel like you're gonna really like it. I have my follow, but like GIF and sound already. Do you want to see it? I don't even know if it'll. No, I should wait. I should just wait. I'll just wait. I'll surprise you guys. It's so funny. I had two I was debating on, but I said, "Fuck it. I'm not gonna. I'll just change it whenever I feel like it." But I keep them. I have them all in a folder on my iCloud. All the gifts that I made to switch up the follow gift. But yeah, it looks so cute. It's cute. It's cute. I like it. And cool. I think it's cool. Yeah, I can't wait. Well, I can. I just want to be able to do it right. Hot. Are there going to be be tiers of following? I still have to learn all what I could do on there. Um, I don't even know what that is. I'm so like new. And I don't consume a lot of quick Twitch content. Like I barely know what stuff is, so I don't know. I have to look up, see what it all is, and compare it. I would like to seize all of my opportunities, so maybe if that's a good thing. I want it to also feel exclusive for the people who like truly feel like, you know, they show the most support. So I'd also want it to be like, in a way, I would like some sort of structure so people feel, more inclusive. If that makes sense. So I have to open up my Discord link again, just to be able to give people a place to chat when I'm not live, if they don't feel comfortable doing that on my YouTube. So, and hopefully, I made the Discord open enough for the people who might have those interests. Of course, I don't post in all of those tabs on Discord. They're not all my interests, but I just, analyze who watches me and what they might like. So I've tried to make so many different, like, channels in our Discord to open up the possibility for people's interests and community to develop in there. Hopefully, you know, I can probably add more if I'm thinking of more stuff. Like Bigo, the badges change when you keep supporting it. It's usually your okay. Oh, I didn't know they wore badges. That's cute. I didn't know they even wore badges. Okay, I'll have to look and see. Yeah, I'd be hella down. And then that helps me to like, focus on who's saying what. Um, if I ever had to read chat. Yeah. But yeah. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea at all. That's a good idea. And maybe people who wear the badge, I don't know. Because I feel like our Discord, it's like whomever wants to, but we would have moderators in there. I think we only have one in there now, one moderator in Discord, but it's because it's empty. Like your top tier, like your top tier, but the name of the person has a picture of you on top of Kirby. That's cute. That'd be cute. That's fire. That's fire. Honestly, that's cool. I think that's so cute. Yeah, the more we can customize that, I'd be down. I would be down for that. That'd be cool. And I'd have more of a chance to like show my plants and like garden. I don't know. And if I got a Starlink, like if I was thinking about that today, I was like, if only I had a Starlink today. So like when I went, we set up the Christmas tree. I don't know if you even seen that. Go. And the elf is on the top. I set up the Christmas tree, and I was like, if I had a Starlink, I'd be out there getting fucking ornaments, and you know what I mean. I'd have somebody at least, hopefully, have somebody record me. I wouldn't mind if it was just me. I just can't afford to pay anybody to be my camera person. Which I'm fine with. I've done that this whole time, recorded myself. But I'd be out there with my Starlink getting ornaments and Christmas lights, taking you out to Walmart. I was like, I'll record a video for you guys. I'll put it on YouTube. I'm like, I feel so limited, but I'm fine with the grind. I'm fine. And people can rewatch it since it's in a short span of time on like shorts, YouTube shorts. I don't mind. Some people will appreciate it. And first years, you was wearing curly as a hat or helmet. No, right. Like it would just keep getting better and better. Oh, I see. To identify the tiers, they get different. Like, they get a different kind of badge or like a different kind of sticker to put on their name or something like that. Oh, my heart is beating fast. Mm. I think I was getting anxious. I think it's the caffeine. I felt like my heart was being squeezed, and it reminds me of whenever I was like a young kid. Like I never talk about it, but I used to not take care of myself at all when I was young, like really, really young, like in high school. I would like starve myself. I wouldn't eat, like crazy, like not eat and I was like rail thin. Um, and I struggled privately with like bulimia. Thankfully, I'm not in that position anymore. That I've been able to come out of that portion of eating disorder, and it would affect me so like drastically. I wouldn't even be drinking water enough, and I'd had to be like going to the hospital for my panic attacks. I didn't know how to calm myself down, and I also didn't know why they were happening. And really, it was just self neglect. I didn't realize, like not sleeping enough, not sleeping at the same time a day, not having enough water, not having enough food. So I literally was just like, I was just not really taking care of myself at all. And then that was also before I really like was assiduously showing up to go to the gym. I would like be really inconsistent, you know. And yeah, and I would always feel like my heart was being squeezed, like I was having a heart attack, but really it was just anxiety, and I didn't realize that. And now I don't even like struggle with it at all because I've just been able to really focus on taking care of myself. And I feel like since my dad passed away, I've been able to do that, which I'm so grateful for. I don't have panic attacks anymore. And yeah. And the first tier is you're worrying. Oh, never mind. But yeah, it was really. That just reminded me of like those times. But yeah, see, caffeine, not enough water or food. I don't know if this wants to turn. Our little plants are growing up there. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I appreciate anybody who was able to come hang out with me today. I'll see you guys. See you tomorrow. See you on Vigo. See you on Twitch. Okay, be easy. Bye.